as force cannot evaporate, and the weakest link is the body, so the body soaks up that force again. Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to this week's indoor rowing video analysis. This is David, and David sent me his video and he asks, I'm having a lot of trouble getting good connection through the arms and shoulders during my drive. Do you have any advice on ways to fix this? Yeah, I do. As usual, guys, please have a look at this and tell me, what do you think? What are the main things that David should change to solve that connection problem? And I think you do see the connection. Please put it in the comment section below. David will profit from this. Play it once more. All right, good. Here are my 50 cents to this. The problem starts at the catch. Your back is actually in a pretty good position. That's absolutely fine. The problem is right there. I think you overload your body. You could argue that your seat is a bit too close to the foot stretchers. However, if you have short legs compared to your trunk, like I do, for example, the foot stretchers and the seat are usually pretty close and it still works. So this is not really a point, I think. What the problem is your impatience and a lack of core stability, shoulder, triceps, lat stability. So the symptom we see is this one right there. All right, it's not difficult to spot. The reason for the symptom is, where there are two reasons. The first reason is an impatience. At the catch, David, what you want to do is you don't want to build up power immediately. So a front-loaded drive on a linear erg is the last thing you want to do. For reasons of your health or health of your back, there are so many reasons why you don't want to have a front-loaded drive on a linear drive erg, not even in a boat. So shift your idea of how to accelerate the boat or that air fan, that flywheel of this erg, towards the middle part of the drive. So if you look at your force curves, it should be a soft entry, a nice plateau over the middle drive, and then an ease up towards the finish. So recording. Good. And as we move on, you don't wait for the forces to transfer. Here at the catch, what happens is the following thing. Force travels in both directions. So with your legs, you start to apply force. Let's just put it this way. You could put it in the other way too. Force starts to run this way, and you have a pretty good setup of your torso, your legs. That's all very good. However, now at the catch, what you would have to do is use a different color here. Lower your shoulders a bit. I think they're too high. And as they're too high, they will cramp more and you will get into this bendy motion you don't want to. So as you then start to drive, now would be the point of time where you slowly push away with the legs. And a very good coach once said, the first part of the stroke is motion only. That's a very good way to put it. It's not power, it's motion. Get this thing to move. The reason why you're overloading your back here is a simple one. That air fan of this Concept 2 in the rower is subject to inertia like almost every body and everything on Earth. So it doesn't change speed as quickly as we would hope it would. So if you apply force at the catch, of course it will change speed. But if you over apply force here at the catch, all of the force you apply into that air fan cannot turn into rotation speed immediately. Newton said a law of physics is force cannot evaporate. Now, as force cannot evaporate, where does it go? It goes back into your body. So the initial way the force travels is this way, and then further on through that chain onto the air fan. Okay. Now, as you start to drive, it's too much force you apply at the catch, and your body can't handle it. That's also one big factor. So a part of that force now comes back into the body. Give this the color green. It comes back into your body because it cannot, as force cannot evaporate, and the weakest link is the body, so the body soaks up that force again and goes right back into the back. Now the back is, there's so much force coming from the legs right now because your legs are stronger than your lat and your triceps and your shoulders, that the amount of force coming from your legs and your back is much more. So what you end up with is very simply with a congestion of force in this area, because this is the weakest link. You got force coming from the feet through the body and force coming back from the air fin back into the body, because the air fin needs more time to generate rotation speed, and while this is happening, that force got to go somewhere, and the place where it goes is right there. And this is the reason why you see contraction. You got to create a counter force. So the weakest link in your body will create a counter force, and this is just pure physics. It's very simple. So I hope this is logical. Now, how to solve this? There are two ways to solve this: one realistic one and one unrealistic one. The unrealistic way is to say, okay, we will simply make the body so strong that I can kill it at the catch, and I'd rather break the erg than my body. That erg is a bit stronger than you, so this is the unrealistic approach. The realistic approach is to take it easy for the first part of the drive, and I'm talking about an inch, maybe two. It's not like no power, but you gotta apply some feeling of how much can my body actually transfer its force into that air fin before force comes back. And this is also true for the boat. And this is why they say at the catch, don't be too hard. So this is why I also think that a hard and aggressive catch is useless. It just makes you tired, because every time you have that counter tension in order to evaporate force, tension against tension, your muscles burn energy that simply doesn't need to be burned. It's not needed. So take it easy, hit the catch, have the patience to let that air fin speed up, do a leg drive, keep the body in position, and just move away. As you feel that this flywheel, this air fan of this Concept 2 rower is going faster, then you can load up more and more and more. I would add though that you should work on your shoulders, triceps, and lats. So a simple thing that would help you to just generate more muscle mass, you then have to educate to be effective for the pulling you need to do, is push-ups. Slow push-ups with a nice pause at the bottom. Don't do too many, but if you do a couple of supersets 3 times a week, so you do like 15 wide grip, 15 narrow grip, and then another 15 standard grip, and you do this 3 sets of this is absolutely sufficient. Of course you can go to the gym and have a full build-up, etc. This is why in my training plans we always add this. So we always have a structural muscle mass build-up before we work on high intensities. There's much more to talk about, but this is the one thing I would start to solve first. Alright guys, girls, guys, women, men, David, I hope this helped you and it was something you can work with. If you want to send me footage of your indoor rowing, you could either post it in the indoor rowing community on Facebook. The link is going to be in the description below, or upload it to YouTube. Send me the link, that's probably the best way. Upload it to YouTube, post it in the indoor rowing Facebook group, or send it to video@rmtraining.com. All the instructions are on rmtraining.com. There's a dedicated video analysis section. Good. That's it for right now. If you need help with your training planning, if you need help with your technique, and you want to build up for a certain type of indoor rowing event, contact me and we will make this happen. Alright guys, wish you all the best. Take care. Looking forward to see you all soon. Bye bye.